Maxwell Show, the entire show is on the air. Stansberry.
How you doing?
Chunk, what's up?
Hello.
How are you? This is the Maxwell Show on 98.5 NCX, or as I call it, hey, I don't have to sell my house. I don't have to sell my house. They halted foreclosure at just the right time. Just the right time. Can I be the first person to say that I had no idea what it was like out there? I don't think any of us did, because we had a job.
Yeah.
And just like everyone else who has a job, who thinks they know the state of the country, it's completely different when you lose your job. Agreed?
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And I know everyone's like, yeah, you're a big fat radio. You know, I was a raging heroin addict for like 17 years.
That took 20 minutes. That took 20 minutes right to heroin well. Did you notice that? Took 20 minutes and straight into, guess what? In case you haven't heard, I used to do a little bit of heroin. Thank God.
Wow. Okay, I'll give it to you. But my point being, you son of a bitch. You guys are already plotting against Maxwell 2.0. Right?
No.
Okay.
I'm rooting for you for a week and a half.
My point being that I didn't really do a whole lot of 401k during the active addiction. Wasn't a whole lot of 401k savings going on. So by the time I actually started saving, which was
About 3 days ago.
which was when we signed our last deal at WMMS, is right when I got clean. I started saving some money. And I know you guys were hit. I was good up until about 2 months ago. And I had to cash out a little bit of the 401k. Smidge of the 401k. Everyone goes, you must have a lot of money. You're a Jew. You got a lot of... I had $35,000 in my 401k. Who knows what it would have been had those jackasses on Wall Street not ruined it. And I never paid attention to it until now because I needed the money. But I looked at it and I had $35,000, and about 2 months ago I had to start dipping into the 401k. And there were many a night where I was like, I don't know how in the hell we're going to be able to pay our mortgage. You know, I would go out to eat, and there was a time when money wasn't a concern, in the sense that you could go out to eat, and, sure, I'm going to go to Starbucks.
Right.
Guess what? A lot of people can't go to Starbucks every day, and I had no idea what that was like until I lost my job.
I hate the fact that we're back at work and I'm still like that. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that it's Monday, I'm at work, and I don't have enough money to send the intern to Starbucks. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't wait for 2 weeks from now till I can do that again.
So we all had like a real big taste. And I had no clue. I would read about it on the news. I would hear about the unemployment rate, and I was like, you're lazy. Just get off your ass and get a job. Right?
Right.
You got unemployment. Unemployment will take care of it. Unemployment doesn't even begin to really ding the bills.
No.
It doesn't. And that is why right now you have Maxwell version 2.0. I reek of humility. Yes?
My God.
Yes?
Yeah,
I want a little bit of credit in the sense that
Reek is the right word.
I want some credit because since we've been back in the building and since we've been getting things ready and throughout the whole last year, who has been the pillar of strength? I do want some credit.
You have.
You really have. You really have. I abandoned all hope.
Absolutely. Stansberry was a total, dude, you were a total nightmare.
I was a nightmare. And how I know that that's true is that you two are not the only two people that told me.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of, my friends were like, dude, seriously, you need to get a job because this version of you sucks.
Stansberry was a nightmare. Now, I will give you a little bit of credit, say that a lot of that probably had to do with the fact that I've been fired 4 times. Been through this. Been fired 4 times. Okay? You guys haven't been through it, so I knew that we would get to a point where we would be in a situation where we'd say, oh, that's why this happened.
Yeah, I'm the 15th. You know, when I opened the first check. Then I was like, oh, okay.
And now we're in that situation. And it's great to be here, and it's great to give this show back. When we were ripped off the radio, I couldn't believe what happened online. I couldn't believe. You had people setting up websites, podcasting our show for us. Mm-hmm. You had people starting Facebook groups. You had people starting the Twitter group. They were going crazy on the Twitter. You had people doing all that kind of stuff. And it's one of those things where you don't know how appreciated you are until you're gone.
Right.
And I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I felt loved, dude. I was like, these people loved what we did. Loved it. And they loved riding home, listening to this show. And it was mass appeal. When we left our last job, this radio show was #1 in afternoon drive, adults 18-34, men 18-34, adults 25-54, men 25-54, and men 18-49. We were kicking Trevisano's ass. There wasn't anyone even remotely close to us because we had such a huge following, and it spanned every possible person. That's what blew me away more than anything, was you'd have a 19-year-old kid smoking weed who loved it, but then you'd have a soccer mom who was 45
Smoking weed who loved it.
who loved it. And when this thing was taken away from them, people were really bummed out. And it got me thinking, because again, it had been a while since I'd had a job where all I had was the radio, you know what I'm saying? And I started to think back to the days when I was working prep in a pizza kitchen. And all I had was the guy I listened to on the radio. And I started to think about that, and I was like, the radio was really what got me through, and people loved it. And it was taken away from them, and it had nothing to do with us. The lie was that it had everything to do with... No, it didn't.
Okay.
What?
Well...
You want to dispute that fact? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wait, did I say a week and a half?
No.
Oh, Maxwell.
No, absolutely. I tell you what.
Okay.
You can dispute that fact. I maintain we had nothing to do with that poor decision. And the radio show was taken away from the city, and ultimately it had nothing to do with us. It had to do with the wrong call from the people in power across the street. You disagree. That's fine.
I'll say this. That decision was going to be made
regardless.
No matter what. I think you sped up that decision. You know what I mean? Like, the foot was on the gas, and you went straight to the floor with it.
Perhaps.
But that decision was going to be made no matter what. That was abundantly clear.
We'll tell you what happened. We'll take some calls. By the way, what's the phone number here? It's 578-1985.
Let me write that down on my notepad, too, of things we need.
Of things we don't know.
I think that, right? Is that the phone number here, dude? 578? Sure. 1985?
You just want to give out our cell phone numbers?
Right? No, is that what it is?
And Max, I honestly don't know.
I believe it is.
Can an enterer get the phone number for the studio, please? Hello? Anyone? 578?
It's on the phone. So. All right, you know what?
Hold on. What's he saying? I can't read that.
No, we don't need that right now. No.
We need the phone number. How do people call us here? 578-1985? You can't. All the lines are busy.
Why don't you pick up one of the calls and ask them what number they dialed?
I'm going to.
Tell us how to do our job.
All right. Yeah, Maxwell Show.
Hey, what's up? Listen, I started listening to this station because you guys were gone.
Oh, thank you so much.
I started listening to this station because you guys were gone. And I got to know the guys who were on in the morning and was kind of bummed out that they were leaving. You know what I mean? Because I listened to them for a long time.
Absolutely.
But when I heard you guys would come in, I was like, you're kidding me, holy S. Because I remember 2 years ago, I was in Yellow Springs, Ohio, listening to Bubba the Love Sponge's
All right,
podcast.
dude. Look, man, we got to put you on the wrap it up clock. What's the phone number that you called? What's the phone number here? I don't even know the phone number.
Oh, it's 578-1985.
All right, thank you.
There we go.
All right. I don't need the extended dance version of your story. All right, so it's 216-578-1985. We'll get into what happened. And look, corporate America, which is what MMS is going to do what corporate America does. But what that radio station did to my family, you are not going to believe. I still can't believe. Sometimes I sit there, I'm like, did that happen? Did they do